Welcome back to more Pokemon Light 2. So last time, we started the Plaza Bridget. And yeah, like I showed in the last part, yeah, Black 2 and White 2 actually have some slightly different puzzles and areas that need to work through. So yeah, we saw the Plaza, it wasn't too difficult. And yeah, we're going to be seeing what's on the other side of this teleporter. So yeah, but what's coming up, I had John Tracy in the lead. I also know John Tracy is the best of this, but we shall see. So let's go in. You're an impressive trainer to meet this far. Since you went to such trouble to come here, I'll show you something. This is the legendary Pokemon of Ice. Its name is Kyurem. The Ice Lizards bind into Opalucid City, where created Kyurem's power and Team Plaza's technology. Well, you could become a threat to Team Plasma, so I'll eliminate you here. No with me around, you won't. Actually, with the barrier, that was a big help. We'll simply eliminate both of you. And yeah, we have another battle against Switzerland, so yeah, he's persistent, that's a thing, sure. And yeah, just like the first time we battled him, he's an ally, so yeah. So we're gonna have a full-on 66. He has a Life Pod and a Crackle. Although yeah, again, I actually have 6 Pokemon, so yeah, it's a little bit unfair, but that's okay. So anyway, yeah, let's go for the Flash Count on the Crackle. He goes to Leaf Blade, that should do pretty good. Yeah, Spray's level 50, that's not too bad for what we're fighting against, so yeah. Anyway, he goes Ice Beam on me, okay. Definitely not what I was expecting, and this should do a decent amount, even though, yeah, Crocodile does have very good switch defense. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, that did a pretty good amount. The Barrier could definitely knock it out if it so wishes, so yeah. Anyway, a Watch Shot comes out. I think we could go for the Flash Cannon and take it out, unless Spray wants to do that. Let's have a look. Yep, he just knocks that Crocodile, that's good. We'll go for another Flash Can here. Yeah, this guy, yeah, does like to tee up with, you know, random grunts that does these, so yeah. Anyway, we'll lock up the Watch Shot. Yeah, a little bit extra back from leftovers. And yeah, another Crocodile comes out, and the Grunt's last Pokemon is a Scolipede, so yeah. I definitely want to take out that Scolipede, I think. Again, he's faster than me, Superior is, so he's kind of controlling the battle because of that, so yeah. Luckily though, we had the same thought process. I was thinking he would go for the Crocodile like he did, and he did just that, so yeah. Anyway, here's a Steamroller. I can flinch, but luckily though, Superior is actually faster than Scorpion, which is great. I can go for the Flash Can. And then we'll knock it out in one hit. So that's all that's left is his last Pokemon, which yeah, we saw last time we fought him. And that's of course a Weavile, so yeah. And yeah, I was kind of saying this in the Discord sub, I actually really like Weavile as a star Pokemon for him. Because again, it is a dark type Pokemon, which fits Team Plasma quite well. Still a nice type Pokemon, so it still fits the theme of his team very well. He has a Ring Out, that's cool. Even though, yeah, at that point, yeah, Leaf Blade would have done a lot more, but that's okay. And there you go, knock it out. And yeah, just Weavile is such a cool Pokemon, as we talked about before. What makes your Pokemon so different from mine? The longer you live, the more opportunities for failure. And you got a lot of life there, McCoy. I'm gonna lose the Team Plasma. By the way, what is this place? Pokemon. It's so icy. Could that be the source of the attack on Opalucid City? You're smart, trainer than I expected. If you've got that much sense, why did you do something as dangerous as sneak into our base? That should be obvious. I'll do whatever it takes to get my sister's Pokemon back. Are you the person who stole a Purloin and I spurred here 5 years ago? If it's just a Purloin, someone probably stole it and is using it. Why can't you understand? There are other Purloin. Why are you so fixated on this one? That's the only Purloin in the world that my late grandpa caught for my little sister. An individual's feelings. To you, that's probably a matter of great importance. And from the perspective of other people, it's a trifling matter indeed. Compare those things against the majesty of this ship. This ship itself is the device that uses the Pokemon Current's power. With this ship this time, we will conquer Unova. It looks like Kyurem is fully recovered. We'll put the DNA slices to good use. I'll let you take care of the Rashad Triad. Don't mess with me. You're the one who lost. Unfortunately, we got sent out once again. I get to see how this thing, moves around now. It may look like an old ship, but yeah, this thing, can definitely jet itself around the reach of a Kyurem's power. Looks like so, yeah. And yeah, no wonder T-Pass is so difficult to track down before this point, so yeah. So yeah, there we go. And of course, yeah, we did learn a little bit about the Purloin too. Again, I think it's very important for this series. Again, each Pokemon is different, obviously. Not just in terms of stats, but of course, importance as well. As we saw that, and that's what makes us different from Team Plasma. We don't just see, Pokemon as tools and, as just their own thing. We see the value in each Pokemon, basically. So, yeah, even though, again, I don't talk about a lot of Pokemon highly, but hey, it is what it is. Anyway, Team Plasma. No matter where you fly, I will let you get away. What's over there, anyway? Luckily, we got Sharon. Sorry I'm late. I said that they're flying toward the Giant Chasm. The Giant Chasm? That's deep in Route 22, right? Okay, I'm going. Rohan, you come too. That Pokemon. Kyurem, was it? Its cry sound lonely somehow. Kyurem? Team Pass is using Kyurem's power for evil? How should we stop Team Passer? The Kyurem is, like Train said, the legendary Tran type Pokemon. The only two who can stand up to it are Risham and Zekrom. But neither of them is here right now. Where are the ones the legendary Pokemon recognizes as heroes anyway? I guess I'll just find one of them. Yeah, you can get to the Giant Castle of Route 22. And yeah, to do that, you can go to Humalao. So yeah, let's go ahead and do just that. So yeah, let's see here. So yeah, Lacey's a little bit close to level up. That's good. Alright, now we can fly. So yeah, let's go to Humalao. And yeah, we can now finally explore Giant Chasm as well. And there's a lot of good reasons to do so. So yeah, we already talked about the Pokemon before, so no need to do that again. But there is something we can talk about in a little bit, so yeah. So let's go on the bike. And let's head on over. And yeah, looks like we can get another hint over here, another heart scale. They're very good to, get those on the refresh. Yeah, let's be careful of obviously the Pokemon Breeder. We don't want to fight him again if we don't need to, so yeah. Well, Rosagrass. Let's go check it out. It's probably going to be another one though. No, it's a normal this time. That's cool, I guess. But we already caught them, so we don't need to worry. So again, yeah. I do wonder what version, again, like I said, I prefer of that version of Plasma Friendship. Hard to say. Again, I remember my brother saying that, yeah, the Black 2 version is harder. But yeah, I think that makes sense, because again, the White 2 one's so short, so yeah. So eventually, yeah, you're gonna find out the password, so yeah. And again, it's not always a number. It can also be Resham and Zekrom, I believe. And if it is, it's pretty easy to guess then, so yeah, because it gives pretty obvious hints towards that, so yeah. The numbers are a little bit hard to guess, but yeah. It's just that, yeah, you get 4 completely different passwords, and they obviously change based on each playthrough, so yeah. That's kind of interesting. So, run away from you. I should definitely put back around pills, so I'm going to do just that. Because I'm going to be checking out Giant Castle for a little bit. I don't think we're going to chase out Team Pasta just yet. Because that's kind of something I want to do before then. So yeah. Anyway, now we can get through. You're already here, huh? Anyone tries to block us, we'll go running away with that tail between their legs. Hey, it's good, we'll all sit here. It's fight time, come on, let's go. You're alone now, so which one of us are gonna tackle? Oh, it's me, the XT Plaza guy. The one Rude asked to be a spy. Oh yeah, I remember you. Being XT Plaza is really tough, eh? You know, N was so nice to Pokemon. All I want to do is protect Pokemon from bad people. Well, I suppose. If you don't crush Team Plaza, then guys like you and that N guy will always be treated like villains. Okay, I'm out here, Rohan. Oh, thank you, that's so nice. Even if we said it was for Pokemon, in the end, we were doing what we wanted to do. Please excuse me, there's still something I have to do. Alright. So yeah, let's go ahead and explore Giant Chasm. Because again, there's one very good reason to go here and explore it. It's going to be up here, I'm pretty sure. So yeah. We can already caught the Pokemon, like I said before, because we accessed the cave. So yeah, that's no problem. And of course, it was only a Dazzle Shame because it is a new area. Anyway, we run some Rocket Water. There's just a Baskin, so yeah, we can just run with this. And yeah, we're gonna do just that. So there we go. And we're gonna go up here to get TM13 Ice Beam. So yeah, that's awesome. I also want to teach that to Ronan. All your Ice type, or obviously Ice type Pokemon like this if they're special attacking. Of course, your Water type Pokemon, they can use this for excellent type coverage. So yeah, that's exactly what we're gonna do. So there you go. Now we need the Wide Lens a little bit less. That's cool. I might still keep it around. It's kind of nice to be honest. So yeah. All right, let's keep going. And it was a hint I'm there too, so yeah. Yeah, not too long to go now, because yeah, we're gonna be going to the big meat and potatoes of the Plaza Bridger in a bit, but yeah, not for a little bit, because again, like I said, there's one other thing I kinda wanna do first, so yeah. So yeah, let's go in here. Let's go grab this, a Max Repel. Not too bad. Over here, we can't go this way because again it's blocked. None shall pass, Sage's orders. We're staying watch this, our allies don't go AWOL. That makes sense. We'll go grab this, an Ultra Ball. Not too bad. Now we can go do this. And get a Star Piece. So that's good. And we're gonna go down here. It makes sense that yeah, we go here. This is obviously where Kyurem lay away in black and white. So yeah. Yeah, Kyurem, yeah, I think he's kind of important Pokemon when you think about it because yeah. I mean, he definitely wasn't the first third entry Pokemon to get a game all to himself. That was obviously like probably Rayquaza, wasn't it? So yeah. And that was Giratina, and then Kyurem. You know, Kyurem basically just kind of followed the pattern. But yeah. And you know, people basically expect this off every other, you know, the trick Pokemon. And yeah, sometimes yeah, they would, but in the case of Zygarde, it wouldn't until a very long time, so yeah. And that's kind of interesting. And over here, Yoshard, but again, unlike a lot of those games though, again, this game is a sequel to the last one, so yeah. So maybe we get Moonstone, that's good. And another hidden item. Yeah, this area is important because, as I'll show a little bit, we'll get the Max Potion. I think, yeah, in this part, what I'm probably going to do is, I'll talk about a lot of new Pokemon, I think, because over here, there's a Hidden Grotto. One of my favorites in the game, to be honest, because of one of the Pokemon you find, so yeah. Which we'll definitely talk a long time about. And a Heart Scale. So let's go check it out. And we get a stable mulch to sell later. So yeah. Good stuff. Alright, that's one of these Pokemon. So once again, Bulbasaur Generator. Can't go wrong with that, like I keep saying. And yeah, this is also important. We have a shortcut into the Giant Chasm, so that's good. So yeah, Bulbasaur Generator, can't go wrong with that. Seal of Oblivious, this is the Wonder Sync, I'm pretty sure. You don't really need that because Oblivious only stops Attract in this game, pretty sure. It won't stop like Taunt and other very important things later, so yeah. So again, it's kind of just there. You get cool, but yeah, you're probably just better off getting Thick Fat or Ice Body, so yeah. Thick Fat especially because it stops fire moves. It makes you resist fire moves, so yeah. That goes to the main event, Drifloon with Flare Boost. Flare Boost is ability all on its own, basically. It's like Guts, but it actually gives you a special attack boost instead. And that's really neat, obviously, so yeah. So yeah, once you go with the Flame Orb, you can give it, Shadow Ball, Thunderbolt, the Psychic as well. And yeah, it's actually not too bad damage, because again, that's a pretty big boost. Just that again, without special flying type moves, it's not the best thing in the world, but it is very interesting though. Again, Drifloon is too slow. It doesn't hit particularly hard though, is the thing. The Flare Boost can be a nice boost, and like I said, yeah, it's a ability on its own. Only this Pokemon gets it, and there's no ability that boosts special attack if your stats like that. So again, if you are able to get it, it's a very unique Pokemon. Maybe not amazing, but it's at least, unique on its own and very solid as well. So yeah. I can see it making, Drifloon a much more interesting Pokemon to use as a result. But again, Unburdened Acrobatics is obviously very good as well. So yeah. But anyway. I was actually thinking we wouldn't go here, but you know what, let's actually go here, because there are more Pokemon we can talk about, so yeah, why not, I'll knock them out while we're here. So yeah, anyway, here's a Lunatone. That also means, yeah, I need to get information on these Pokemon, so yeah, if we're gonna do that. Alright, we'll get away from the Lunatone, and in we go. Because yeah, we got a war over here. That's what it definitely looks like. So yeah, come here. Wait a sec. He's saying he wants to taunt him, so his old eyes won't get hurt. I'll say it as many times as it takes until you understand. Gets' real plan is to take over the Unova region. Their bringing Pokemon is nothing more than an excuse. If anything, it would have made Pokemon suffer. Yeah, that's a pretty steep grabs, you fool. We're not gonna listen to what a trainer has to say. Well, that didn't work. Hey! Let me through. What are you saying? We're gonna get hurt? I'm gonna get a stolen Pokemon back. I'm not gonna listen to villains like you. Rude, Exlipasa. Why do you have Pokemon by your sides? Protect what's important to you is... to protect what's important, right? Even if your precious Pokemon get hurt, even if your ideas are damaged, time to fight is now. You're just a kid. Quit trying to act so cool. Whatever, no one's getting close to Pazza Fridger. Wipe them all out. Right, as usual, take the other one. Like he said, we're gonna crush you along with the trios. Because Team Pazza exists to cause trouble. Alright. Let's do just that. So we'll fire him, and then yeah, we got some new Pokemon to talk about, so yeah, I'll do just that. Yeah, we got Lee's in the fight. Not gonna be too easy, but yeah, we can go for the Iron Head here. Like so. And yeah, do a pretty decent amount. We'll go for double hit. Once again, Lacey's just that strong. I still don't have a Helldive on them, I'm still just rocking the Amber Coin. Because Lacey's just that good. And yeah, Pokemon's a Muck, which yeah, we can obviously go for the good old Earthquake one, so that's exactly what we're gonna do. And there we go, very nice. Oh, Plasma, glory to Team Plasma. I Poke, okay, you should take these with you. Yeah, it's a nice advice, very nice. You too. Thanks. I'm passing through. Oh, it looks like the back of us, right? At times like these, those whose hearts weaken, those whose determination falters, can accomplish nothing. To save our allies, to protect Unova, we'll fight. Both of you, go. No, wait just a moment. Bolt was it? About the poker you're looking for? In all likelihood, it's the possession of the Shadow Triad. Dark warriors appear silently. Got it. If I rescue it, that helps you guys absolve your guilt, doesn't it? I guess I'll help you out. At that time, I believed you were on the side of justice. But saying my king N, I was going to make a world without war. But I was concerned, and I couldn't see the unhappiness we were causing. That's why I call it happen again. Yeah, Rude is one of the more interesting sages. He has a very interesting dialogue in Black and White. I can't remember exactly what I said, but it's kind of a hard-hitting line from what I remember. Anyway, that's what I accept from someone who binds the Poké with Pokéballs. What you're doing now is nothing more than a futile struggle. You're gonna freeze you with a sword and steal everyone's Pokemon. I don't care about you at all, because you can't be that boss. I'll stay here and pound these traitors. Yeah, conquer Unova and make all the Poké ours. Now, after 2 years ago, we're mad anymore. That traitor sage, I'm gonna pound him into a pulp. But I can feel how strong this person feels. It's making me doubt myself. Is this where you come to understand my trade blows? This is what being young is, right? That time, yeah. You were talking about them before. Don't ignore Pokemon's feelings, separate them from their trainers. Alright. So yeah, here's the Razor Claw. So yeah, again, you probably want to get this in the battle subway so you can weave a little bit quicker. Anyway. So yeah, 2 Pokemon to talk about. First up is Ditto. Ditto is a very basic Pokemon to talk about. It only has 48 stats, and its only move is Transform. So yeah, it's obviously gamepad trying to transform into the opponent. And it has the Quick Powder and Metal Powder to maybe help with that, but again, it's kind of an underwhelming Pokemon is the problem because yeah, the Transform gimmick, it's neat, but it's not very good is the problem. So yeah, it's again, they're so vulnerable that yeah, it's probably gonna get knocked out before it can even transform. But Ditto is still a very useful Pokemon because it's very good for breeding. And if Ditto has a very good IV, then yeah, if Dittos have very good IVs, I can obviously pass along with Destiny Nuts. I don't think that's I can't remember if that's a thing in this game, but if it is, obviously that's really useful. So yeah. Well, of course, we don't have access to that yet. We still need a D-Kit to breed Pokemon, so yeah, we don't have access to that yet. So that's really all there's to talk about. If only we had it to the blue, right? Yeah. Maybe we'll talk about that later. Anyway. The other Pokemon though is definitely one to think about. Metang. So yeah, Metang is the second stage Pokemon for Metagross. So yeah. Hey, here's a Ditto. If you can catch one, that's great because again, if you can catch one, that's obviously amazing because I think it's gonna knock it out, but hey. I should have just quick pulled it, but that's okay. Is again, like I said, the great for breeding. Another good thing about Ditto too is that with the Everstone, it can pass down its nature. So yeah, if you catch a Ditto with good nature, then yeah, it means that yeah, all the Pokemon you breed for it will probably have that nature. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, I guess we'll try the quick pull. Yeah, I definitely don't want, if the quick pull fails though, I definitely don't want to deal with Lacy Quickness. So yeah. You know, yeah, I'm pretty sure that Serena could deal with that, so yeah. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Well, I tried to run. But yeah, I see that yeah, you might not be able to run away from your own Pokemon, so yeah, you want to be a bit careful. So I'll go to Serena, and I'm gonna hope that Serena can take on Ditto here. Anyway, let's talk about Metang. So of course, at this point, you should be able to get Metagross. And yeah, you actually did that really well, to be honest. Now I'll go for the Bulldoze. Also, another thing too, Ditto already has 40 HP, remember? So yeah, it gets knocked out quite easily. Anyway, Metang though. Metang is, like I said, yeah, you should be able to get Metagross. Metagross is only level 45, and most of the Pokemon are caught in that level. So yeah, especially in the Dark Grass. So yeah. Now we got some Rusting Grass. I really saw that Metagross can also be found in the Rusting Grass, which is pretty epic. And it's a good Fable. Cool. But anyway, I'm probably gonna go back and heal now, because again, I think I'm gonna be taking this on in another time, because the next time, yeah, I'm gonna break up the action a little bit. I think I'm gonna do another movie in Pokestar Studios, so yeah. Because yeah, I kinda wanna, I'm gonna see if I can take on most of the, main story movies in the main story. But if not, we can always see though, take on some of them in the post game. So yeah. Anyway, let's get back to Lakadosa, which is very weirdly positioned on the map, but hey. What do you think about it? Let's talk about Metagross though. Let's have a lot of fun talking about Metagross, because it's a Pokemon that has some special memories of using in this game. So yeah. So yeah, I don't think Metang there's really any reason to talk about, because again, we can just get Metagross at this point. I don't think Metang learns anything that Metagross does not. So yeah. So Metagross has some very good moves to level up, as you probably said. Stuff like Bullet Punch, Z Headbutt, Meteor Mash. You'll get all those, so yeah. Which is awesome. And it also has some pretty good type coverage too. I even like Home Course on it, because Z Headbutt and Meteor Mash are slightly inaccurate. So there, yeah, you can obviously boost your damage and also your accuracy, which is very useful. And yeah, even its agility too. It's one of the best Pokemon for that move, because it's not fast to begin with, so yeah. Of course, Earthquake's amazing type coverage, but you can obviously use, I don't know, I can't remember if it actually gets Bulldoze before then, but there's also Rock Polish to boost your speed too. Trying to think what other coverage moves it gets. Of course, yeah, now it's actually a full-on physical attacker, so no need to use like Sludge Bomb like in Gen 3, so yeah. But yeah, Earthquake's good. It does get Bulldoze. You can use a Rock Slide too, so that's good. The Mewtwo's are very kind to it, because it gets the elemental punches. At least Thunder and Ice Punch. Both can have their uses. Thunder Punch for water types, Ice Punch for dragon types. You can get Gravity Assault to boost its accuracy as well if you really want to do that. And of course the stats. Metagross is an amazing 135 attack, alongside a very amazing 130 defense. Again, its type is also very good. It's only to fire and ground, so yeah. 95 special attack is kind of whatever now, but it's not bad. And then 90 special defense, so it's bulky on both sides, along with the steel type. 80 HP, semi-speed, round things out. Yeah, this is a great Pokemon. I actually used it in my first playthrough. I can't remember how, because again, it's a free catch rate. I'm pretty sure that means I probably traded it. So yeah. But yeah, the Metagross, yeah, amazing Pokemon. It was very fun to use in that first playthrough alongside all the other overpowered Pokemon I was using in that playthrough, so yeah. And yeah, it could definitely be a worthy lost team member. It's just that it does share the fire and ground weakness with the other steel type Pokemon, so that's a bit of a bummer, so yeah. But yeah, though, very solid Pokemon, very strong. There's a lot of ways you can use Metagross too, because again, its move pool has a lot of good options. Like I said, Bullet Punch is priority. Meteor Mash is set up by immune stats. It has a lot of coverage moves, and it can also use setup moves, so yeah. Maybe speed boosting ones, because again, low accuracy you can mitigate with like, you can either just, push your way through, or you can even use the light lens if you really want, so yeah. And then yeah, you can just go for agility and have a lot of fun doing that, so yeah. So again, yeah, Metagross, yeah, I love this Pokemon so much. Maybe not as strong as it was before, but yeah, still a very good Pokemon though. And yeah, the fact that it's only weak to fire and ground, even though they're decently common steel type weaknesses, that's still pretty scary to deal with, so yeah. Yeah, Metagross is definitely a Pokemon I wouldn't mind using in a playthrough one day. I'm not really sure what the best game for it could be. This is probably one of the better ones, to be honest, despite the free catch rate, so yeah. You just got to figure out how to deal with that free catch rate, I guess you could say, so yeah. But yeah, that's definitely going to be one of the biggest hurdles to actually using it. If breeding was a thing, I'd definitely go with that, because, yeah. There's also this place too, which is kind of funny when you think about it like that, because again, yeah, you can just, get the good natures that way, and then, yeah, hope to get the good IVs as well, so yeah. Yeah, that's definitely a fun choice. Alongside, all the other overpowered Pokemon on your side. So, yeah. There's a hidden grow in Giant Castle, but I don't think we have access to it yet. So, we're going to talk about those Pokemon later. So, yeah. But anyway. And yeah, I didn't even talk about it too, but Clear Volley is a very good ability for it. He does on Hammer On. Unfortunately, Clear Volley doesn't help against that, but Intimidate is the main thing it blocks, and of course that's great. As well as other, stat lowering moves, because the AI does like to use those sometimes. And of course, there's also secondary effects of moves that have that effect, so yeah. Not bad. 2 out of 10 ability is really bad, but then again, we may be talking about that another time, so yeah. Anyway, with that done, yeah, let's end the spot now. So yeah, like I said, next time, Focus Star Studios. They're going to be doing another movie, and then yeah, after that, we'll start go through the second part of Plaza Bridget. So yeah, they're pretty close together now. Now I think about it like that. So yeah. Anyway, look forward to that, and I'll see you guys again for that.